Hello, hello. Welcome to a video for ECEG 431. I'd like to talk a little bit about Linux command line items and go from there. You should be able to access the command line tool we have. Lets you run a command line in Linux from a website, and if not, you can request access for that. So I'm going to go ahead and log in, start a GNOME session, go from there. All right. I log into my beautiful GNOME area, and let's just refresh what we've gone through. We can look at our files visually using the file manager. That always works. You can also look at things using the terminal. Looks like this had a problem earlier. My file manager is not going to work. That's okay. Do it during the terminal. So I can list the files in a directory. I remember I stored mine in the Documents folder. Hitting Tab to complete. I can list the files in here. I can look at everything. I would know I was working in Python testing earlier today. ls list files. mkdir creates a new directory. I'll create one called second directory. If I list files again, we'll see that's there. And if I want to run a Python file, let us look at this. We were editing myfile.py. I'm going to open this up in an editor so we can see the code we had. So that's what we've been working with. And then I will list files. I'm now going to run Python space, the name of the Python file I want to run, my file. I want to pass it this directory I just created called second directory. Now when I hit run, what will happen is we'll be dropped into this function because we're running Python. We'll get the command line argument from my command line when I call it. So in that case, it's going to be this second directory, the name of the directory. In Python, we'll assign that to a variable called infile. We will check to see if that is a directory or not. Turns out in this case, it is a directory, so we'll follow that into this section of code. And here what we will do is we want to split this directory into the path leading up to it and the name of the directory itself. So we have to split this twice. I'll post this code or get this code to you. Split this twice. Actually, I think I gave it to you in the handout. Then we have the path, everything leading up to it, and then the name of the directory that we have passed to it. So then what we want to do is create a new file. So it'll be the path leading up to what we passed, the name of the directory, and then inside that directory, the name of the new file. And so what this will do, will write to a file inside that directory. So we set this to be the output file. We then call our main function, passing it the name of this file. We go back up to the top, and then in main, in this, we write the name of the file we are currently writing to, and that will spit out the entire path. So after I run this, it prints the console any information we want. That's not printed the file, because if I would now look at the output of that file, gedit, I'm going to open second directory slash, if I just hit tab, that's the only file in there. This is the new file we just created. I hit open, and then it has the name of the file it was called. So this works. So this file, as I had showed you, is an example of just navigating the command line, looking at files, poking around, and then the reason we are doing this is because the auto-grading system, and also our assumption going forward, is that you are able to run this from the command line. If you're already in a Python REPL, you can't pass it command line arguments because Python's already been invoked. In this, when I called this function, we are calling Python, and it's going to start executing this Python file, and we can now pass arguments to that, and that's how we will then begin compiling stuff. So thank you very much for that. Hope that helps. I'll have a few more videos coming up.